All right, friends, we have been talking about how to add and subtract fractions with like denominators. We've also mentioned what multiples are, and now we're going to talk about least common multiple, how to find the LCM, the least common multiple. You'll see it both ways, so you need to know what those both mean. This is number 35 that you're going to glue in. So why would I find the least common multiple? This is when you have to add or subtract fractions or mixed numbers and they do not have a common denominator. In order to find the common denominator, you have to find the least common multiple. That will be your denominator. So first of all, we're going to talk about how to find a common multiple of two numbers, and then we're going to move it over to be the denominator. So to find the multiple of any number, you're going to skip count by that number. Okay. We're going to find up 6 and 8. So I always line them up like this. So MCL, multiples common least common multiples. We're going backwards. Okay. So you find the multiple. I'm going to count by 6. 6, 12, 18, and I usually go up to 10. If I need to go beyond that, then I will, but I don't usually go beyond 10. So I have 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60. All right, I'm going to count by 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, and 80. So now I'm going to go around and I'm going to circle anything that they have in common. So these are the multiples. These are the common ones. They have 24 in common. They have 48 in common. And that's it. Now I'm going to find the smallest one, which is, so we have 24 and 48. My smallest one is 24. Least is the lowest number. Find the number that will make each denominator. Okay, so if I want to change, so I have 8 and 6. Actually, I'm going to move up, down. I'm going to do this later on when we move over here. So I'm going to keep going down to find the LCM, and then we'll move on. So 2 and 4. I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay? Then I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Okay, the ones that they have in common are 4, 8, 12, and so forth. But the low, and I can keep circling 16, 20. Okay, but the lowest one that they have is 4. Okay, and that's all I'm doing here. So I'm going to count 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, so what they have in common is 40. That is the least common denominator. Least common multiple, sorry. My next one is 4. I'm going to 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60. So my number that is the least that they have in common is 12. My next one, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. So the lowest number that they have in common here is 12. Okay, so common, multiple. Common means shared. Or the same as other. Multiple is the number multiplied or skip counting. All right. So now I want to move back up to here. I find the least common multiple in order to change fractions to be equivalent fractions. So my least common multiple is 24, okay? How would I make 8 into 24? Well, I went times 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. And so 1 times, that would be my new fraction. What would I have to do to multiply 6? What would I have to multiply by 6 to get 24? That would be 4. I have to do the same to the top. It's kind of like the jealous little brother or sister. And I have to move that over there. So these are, now they have common denominators. And I would add them together. So now what we're going to be doing, I want you to pause and make sure you have all these notes. And then we're going to move over here and find the least common denominator as practice. Okay. So 2/5 and 1/6. So I'm just going to look at the bottom. I'm going to go 5 and I'm going to have 6. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I like to spread it out like this instead of having it squished like the last one. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. The ones that I have to circle would be 30 and then 60 if it was later on. So I'm going to change 2/5 and 1/6. The least common denominator would be 30. And my equivalent fractions would be, what times 5 is 30? That would be 6. I do the same to the top. So it would be 12/30. What would I do to 6 to get to 30? Times 5, I do the same to the top, and my equivalent fraction would be 5/30. 3/7 and 1/2. So I'm going to go 7 and 2. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So what they have in common here are 14 is the least number. So we're going to change 3/7 into a number with 14 on the bottom, and then 1/2 with a number of 14 on the bottom. What do I have to do to 7 to get to 14? I have to multiply it by 2, so I'm going to do it the same to the top. That is my new equivalent fraction. What do I do to 2 to get to 14? I multiply it by 7, same thing, and that's my equivalent fraction. All right, my next one is 5/12 and 3/5. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. I'm just going to go that far because I'm only going to go up to 50, and then I'm going to see if I need to go up any further. Probably will. Okay, yep. 55 and then 60. Okay, so 60 is for both. Sometimes you have to keep going. So 5/12. I'm going to change it to something with 60 on the bottom. 12 times 5 is 60. 5 times 5 is 25. That's my new fraction. 5 times 12 is 60. 3 times 12 is 36. That's my equivalent fraction there. So 7/9. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 90. 3 is 3, 6, 9. Now here, I don't have to keep going because I hit 1. That's the lowest. I don't have to keep going. So that's a trick. Once you hit it, you're done. Oh, 9 is already there. Sometimes it works out that way. This is already at 9, so I don't have to change it. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. So now you'll be going on to lesson 7.2 online, and you're going to be practicing finding the least common denominator.